Ready? Hi,
Hi.
Christian. Hi, how are you? I'm so excited to have you finally. You guys, Christian, I've worked with Christian when he was in the, is it first year, Christian?
It was, I think, second year. I think second year.
Yes, Christian is a mechanical engineer, so he will introduce himself. I've worked with him in research. He is amazing. He has tutored my son before, and oh my God, he's just amazing. I'm so excited to have you. So, would you introduce yourself, who you are, what you do?
Well, thank you for hosting me, Kirsten. I'm glad to be here and part of this amazing platform. My name is Christian Mariscal. I have a bachelor's from Cal State University Northridge in mechanical engineering. Currently, I'm working in manufacturing engineering for an aerospace company. We create a lot of parts uh, for commercial airlines and also for these defense industries. So we supply them with a lot of parts. Um, yeah, and as Kirsten was stating, we did research together for I think for maybe 2 years.
Yes,
It was really a great experience. Yeah, so our research revolved around uh, what a previous um, what a previous host was saying. It's additive
yes,
manufacturing, 3D printing. So that's what our research involved in. But now my job revolves around creating, metal parts using your traditional methods. Your if anybody's familiar, your CNC, your 3-axis, 4-axis, and 5-axis. Um, but yeah, that's me. That's my little short story.
wow, wow. And you guys, I just want to say, I know he's not going to say it here. Christian is very young. He completed his bachelor's last year, Christian, right?
No, I actually completed my bachelor's this May. I just
This May.
graduated. Yes,
He
just
is
2 months ago.
very young, you guys, very young age. Christian, how did you how did your STEM start? How did it
Yeah.
spark?
So I come from I'm from Los Angeles, California. Predominantly, or my part of my hometown is predominantly Hispanic, Latino background. So yeah, I guess with that, I guess I was really my first, I guess, when I really was intrigued by science would be my 10th grade in high school. It was my math teacher. I really enjoyed that math class. I think he made it really enjoyable. But and yeah, I always during that class, I was always solving these problems pretty quickly, and I was actually proud of myself for that. I was solving them. It was connecting all these concepts. It was algebra at the time. It was just connecting super quickly. But yeah, so that was the first introduction to where I was really okay. I have like an affinity for the mathematics. So from then on, going to my senior year of high school, I joined a robotics elective course, and that class wasn't it was a introduction to robotics and introduction to programming. We were given a Legos set. The components were you just had to plug them in together, but you did have a program. It was a really mainstream program, so it was like blocks. So you would like, oh, tell the robot to do this. You plug in the blocks, and you had to connect it. It had a nice logic to it, super
Yes,
intuitive. But yeah, me and my friend, we actually we went to competition in our school. We made a little robot that we would make a course, a track. It was just like a black line. It was like a racetrack. A robot would just stay within that line. It would follow that line all the way around. And we won a medal for that in our little competition. It was nice. It was super interesting. After that, I was like, all right, I definitely wanted to do something with engineering, something with science related. And yeah, by senior year, I had to start applying for college. And now I had aside from applying for college, what major did I want to be in? And
yes,
I did a little bit of research. From all the engineering disciplines, I came across mechanical engineering because I think it's definitely the broadest engineering discipline that at least CSUN offers. You touch every other discipline and it connects beautifully. And now that I finished my bachelor's, you appreciate that mechanical engineering, how it combines all the other ones into a single discipline. so yeah, it's again, it's a broad, it's a broad engineering discipline, but it's super interesting. And and yeah, as that's how I started my my engineering path.
Wow. Thank you so much for that explanation. So, what would you say? Who were your role models?
Yeah. So with this, yeah. So now going back to my hometown, a lot of my community, they don't really advocate like, oh, you should become an engineer or you should you should continue your school. You know, it's always you always hear, oh, just try to do your best, and if whatever it's going to happen is going to happen. So it was a little bit on my shoulders to take that initiative and go above and beyond what my community advocates for. You know, so in that respect, I never knew anybody actually that who was an engineer or actually was had a diploma or bachelor's. You know, all the people I knew only had a high school diploma. You know, and there's nothing bad about that. It's just my hometown. That's just how it is. So with the role model, I never had somebody who I always looked up to, but coming to college, there were professors who I was like, wow, like they're super knowledgeable about the profession and they're charismatic, they're compassionate, they enjoy teaching, and
Yes.
it's these professors who really I connected with. It's always like, wow, hopefully someday I could connect to other people just as they're connecting with me. You know, they're I'm able to share my knowledge with these people. I'm able to enlighten them, you know, and definitely bring them or show them a different perspective of engineering, that it's not just difficult. It's once you reach a certain point, you're able to reflect back and just understand how powerful knowing engineering is, and you're able just to view the world differently. You know, it's definitely a beautiful discipline. And
Wow.
so, yeah, I guess just to summarize, you know, not I never had a single role model, but I did come across other professors and other engineers who are like, wow, these people. I hopefully one day I could sort of be like them. Um,
Yes.
but yeah.
Wow. You guys, Christian, very smart. I've worked with him in research. When he just came in second year, I think I was in my last year, and I worked with him on the same team uh, for the research. Amazing,
Yep.
amazing person. And I'm just so glad to have him here. So, Christian, what would you say to a young boy growing out there? And in United States, we have privileges that other countries don't have.
Mm.
Out, I mean, resources, name it. So,
Yep.
what would you say to a girl, a boy growing up out there
Yeah.
that would want to aspire, knowing the resources that you and me have had?
Mhm.
What would you say to her, to him?
You know, I think to start off right now, maybe if you haven't, maybe right now they're not in the position to know what engineering truly is, but knowing or from our perspective now, we could tell you once you reach, once you start learning engineering and get through or past that, I guess fighting through that resistance. Because again, like they were saying, previous other people who were speaking, they were talking about calculus and physics and chemistry. You know, no one here has told you that it's easy because it isn't, right? But it's going to be always interesting. You're gonna love. You're gonna have a passion for it. It's once you finish these courses and get to know more about the world, it's going to be extremely satisfying looking back, and you're going to have a story. Like we're sharing our story, you too are going to have your own story. And all these stories are going to come with up and downs, but at the end of the day, you're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to be in a place in society where you're just going to be happy. You know, you're going to be like, wow, I achieved this, and now I'm in a position to tell my story to other people like me. Um, and so, what I would tell you is just go for it. You know, right now we don't know what the future holds, but right now you're able to take action. You know, challenges are going to come. You're gonna overcome these challenges. Um, but yeah, that's there's always just take that first step. It's always about taking that first step. But just one day at a time, and eventually you'll reflect and you'll see like, wow, I made it. Now it's my turn to help others.
I don't believe to see that you've graduated already. It's interesting. And you're working. Oh my God. I'm just so proud of you, Christian, and everything. And I know you are up for some big gigs and go get your gold. Thank you so much. And I hope you can come back. Would love to see how your life goes on. My viewers would love to see that we are here to encourage girls, boys, pursue
Absolutely.
science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And girls out there, boys out there, they need to hear this. Most engineers and scientists, they don't talk about their stories. And it used to be very scary for
Mhm.
girls, for young
Yeah,
boys growing up, because they're like, oh, what is this thing they are doing? And when it's literally, it's something that is doable. Thank you,
yeah,
Christian.
absolutely.